Hello, my name is Terry Brennan, and today I'll be providing you with info about ingredient household and how I kind of grew up in one, but also I wasn't a complete ingredient household. But let me get you kind of in the moment. So, senior year, I lived minimum day. That's where I got out because of my credits, my hours, whatever. I would get out at around noon. So, that's lunchtime, which I could have just gone to the cafeteria, gone and gotten your normal cafeteria lunch, mid, blah. Kind of don't want that. So I would go, and every once in a while, I go to Chick-fil-A, treat myself, or other fast food places, or any restaurant, whatever. But you look at the price, $8.85. As a high school student, getting that multiple times a week, that hurts. It hurts. So I went home. But when I went home, I didn't have these pre-made meal plans, but unless it was like some bagel bites or anything like that, we never really cared because no one was ever home for lunch. But that led to me realizing that I live in an ingredient house because a lot of my lunch I would make myself from multiple different things. One of which, absolutely amazing, basic, easy, quick. You take some chips, especially the Tostitos scoops, those are the best. Some shredded cheese, and you put them in the microwave for just a little bit, melt cheese, and you got nachos. Now look at these nachos. That's not what my nachos looked like. Mine was just chips and melted cheese, but I can tell you right now, it tasted like those because those are good, good, good. So I'm gonna be telling you all about that. Tell you what the house type of household it is, pros and cons, and other alternatives. So an ingredient household is pretty obvious. It's a household full of ingredients instead of prepackaged, processed, bagged meals. So you're not going to have, Cheez-Its and goldfish laying around. Now I did. I lived in a half and half house, but in an ingredient house, you don't have that. You have, like author Joseph Lamore from USA Today says, when he grew up, he had lots of stuff where it was just dry rice and dry beans, and you made stuff from that. You made snacks, handfuls of just random ingredients sitting around the house. Chocolate chips, those are iconic. People just grab handfuls of those, and you got a meal, right? Now this also leads to a limit of stuff like this. You're not going to be eating Pirate's Booty all the time, Cheez-Its, Lay's. You have to be a little bit more inventive on what you eat because you build it from other things. Now, one of my most favorite is this. Toasted pizzas. Looks very simple. It is. You take some butter, put it on some toast, put it on the toaster, cook it up, put some tomato sauce, put some cheese, put it in like the air fryer or oven or whatever you want to cook it in for a little bit, and you got it. And I can tell you right now, it's good, good, good. It's basic, but it's so good. So next, now that you know kind of the personal favorites of mine and the gist of everything, and we're gonna move on to the pros and cons of living in a house like this. So a negative is it does get a little bit of a bad reputation. Not sure really why a lot of people see it as being poor or negative. It's just how people live, and they're being more inventive with their food. They don't have the pre-made stuff like I keep saying. But another negative, which it's it takes more time. So when you're in a rush, there's no grabbing and going a bag of, like in my dorm, I could just grab a bag of goldfish or grab a bag of cheese. It's you can't do that with these. You've got to be a little more inventive. It might take a little more time or more planning if you make it before. On parents.com, though, it does give some positives. One of which is that it produces less food waste and also wrapper waste, because a lot of it is boxes of stuff which you use multiple times instead of taking a bag and throwing it out immediately. So there's that. And it's also known it's a little more healthy. I mean, you're taking more natural and fresh stuff instead of packaged and processed stuff. Then, to make it short and simple, people can't live in those kinds of houses because of the rush and all of this. So it leads to houses with pre-made snacks kind of houses, which is the opposite. And in milkglasshome.com, it says that ingredient households is all there was 100 years ago. There were no like bags of stuff. It was all made there. And that kind of shows the difference in society, maybe a little bit with their food and the laziness and stuff like that. But it's also understandable because there's a lot more going on, I feel. So let me kind of leave you on a good note. After all this food, next time you're at your house, or maybe even, I don't know, in your dorm or whatever, take a look in your pantry or your fridge and see, hey, what kind of what kind of food do I have? Am I making it, or is it just all packaged? Thanks. Have a good day.